Alright mate, how you doing, and welcome back to another episode of IMO. And this week, in my opinion, if Diego Costa keeps doing what he did against Arsenal, he's not going to be welcome in football much longer. I'm sorry Diego, but it's bang out of order. Sort your life out. Now listen guys, I'm not sitting here and saying I want football to be some no-contact pansy affair. I'm happy for it to be physical. You know, I've been born and raised in the English game. I've got no problem with strikers that put themselves about a little bit, make it hard for defenders. What Diego did is so far past the line, it's not even funny. He wasn't, you know, just putting his weight around and giving little digs. He was scratching, he was pinching. He's basically doing stuff that's not even legal in MMA. And let's face it, if he was in an octagon, Ronda Rousey would mug him off. Now this isn't a defence for Gabriel Paulista. He deserved to get a red card because what he did was retaliation. It was silly, it was immature, you know, that was deserved. But Diego Costa definitely should have gone with him, if not before him, for what he was doing. He just got away with it, and he seems to get away with it a lot because apparently he hasn't had a red card for like 4 or 5 years, which is outrageous to think based on what he does on a football pitch. Also, it's quite interesting that often when Diego Costa does come to blows with someone, it tends to be a Brazilian person. Whether that's because of his decision to choose Spain over Brazil in international football, I don't know, but there's definitely some bad blood between him and the Brazilians. Now, as I touched on before, the English game is known for its physicality, and I think that's a large reason why Diego Costa did so well in his first season, because he has got that physical nature, and I've got no problem with that. But when he goes too far, it's getting a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, some of the things he's doing, they are straight reds, and he's doing them multiple times a game. And my question is, why is he so angry? Is it because he's got the face of a 55-year-old? Is it because he's found scoring a little bit harder this season than he did last season? By this point last year, he already had 6-7 goals at least. Right now, he's only got 2, I think. 1 in the league, 1 in the Champions League. I mean, I like the idea of Jose Mourinho sending Diego Costa out to a game charged up, ready to cause trouble and make an impact for his team. I don't like the idea of him going out there looking to hurt someone. I mean, let's compare it to diving, what he was doing. I've got no time for diving either. Diving is cheating. It's not in the rules, it's breaking the rules of football. I've got no time for it. However, what he did is actually worse than diving, because not only is what he's doing against the rules, but it's also causing physical harm to someone. Let's face it, if Joey Barton or someone with a bad reputation for, you know, abusive football and also not considered to be an amazing footballer did what he was doing, we'd be going crazy at him, we'd be calling him a scumbag, we'd be saying stop playing football. But when Diego Costa does it, or someone like Luis Suarez bites someone, now because they're excellent footballers and they play for big teams and they go for big money and they score lots of goals, we accept it way too much. The referees don't clamp down on it as much. In the case of Luis Suarez though, after he broke the rule time and time again, they did clamp down on him after looking back on what he was doing. So I'm genuinely hoping that someone does look back on Diego Costa's actions against Arsenal and give him a significant ban, because it's the only way we're going to cut out this sort of activity. If they let it slide and they don't go back and ban Diego Costa, he's just going to do it again and again, and it does work. It is a tactic that works. Chelsea fans are absolutely loving Diego Costa right now. Would they have loved him so much if he'd got sent off for what he did? And maybe they hadn't won the game so easily. I don't think they would. So it's fine lines, fine margins in football. But when people behave the way Diego Costa did, they have to be punished. Whether it's at the time, which would be ideal, if not retrospectively. Just a quick IMO from me today, but before I finish, I do want to touch on the excellent form of West Ham, obviously my team, but even if they weren't my team, I'd have to talk about them, because what they've done now is exceptional. They're currently 3rd in the league. They've beaten Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City all away from home, only conceding 1 goal in the process of those 3 games. You know, if they hadn't lost silly games to Bournemouth and Leicester at home, they'd be top of the league. It's unbelievable stuff from West Ham, it really is. And if we can keep this away form going, we're going to be looking really good for definitely an improvement on our last few league finishes, if not a European automatic qualification in the Europa League. It's a realistic prospect, let's be honest. We've also got to shout out Anthony Martial at Manchester United. What a start to his Premier League career he's had. I said on Twitter, I can't remember the last time someone came with so many question marks about their transfer value and about their potential and just shut up the critics so quickly. 3 goals in 2 league games. Martial looks like he's going to be an absolute legend at Manchester United. If you're a Man U fan, you're watching this, how happy are you with him? Do you think he can continue doing what he's doing? Should he be your main striker now? Should Rooney drop into that, you know, behind the striker position? Seems like it's working so far. David De Gea as well, making a spectacular save. You'll be happy to see him back in goal for Man United, I'm sure. The same can be said for Heung-min Son at Tottenham, who's now got 3 goals in 3 games for Spurs. He's had a great start to his career at White Hart Lane. Do you think he can keep it going though Is he going to smash some more goals in? Is he going to have a Harry Kane-like season? Is Harry Kane going to be able to play alongside him? Because he seems to, taken some of the goals away from Harry Kane. Kane's got a couple for England, but yet to bag one for Spurs this season. And also, we should talk about the North East clubs absolutely struggling in the Premier League this season so far. Newcastle and Sunderland yet to get a win to their name. Are we going to see both the clubs from that part of the world go down this year? Is one of them going to fight back? Are Advocat and McLaren going to face the chop pretty soon if they keep dropping points the way they are? What else has been happening in the world of football? Obviously, Leicester making another dramatic comeback. They look to be the real deal this year. Just like West Ham, they're going to be pushing for a decent league finish. So let me know your thoughts on this week's football. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. But I'll see you next time. Don't forget, this has all been in my opinion. Don't go changing.